afternoon, Parkview Nation. We are just sitting here awaiting our opponents to get into the lobby here so that we can actually get things rolling for this afternoon's match. If you're just joining us, we do thank you for tuning in. We do thank you for stopping by and checking us out and seeing what this is all about. In case you aren't aware, this is the spring 2022 season. We are getting ready to kick off officially the third match of preseason matches. Third match because that's what it should be. First two were, I guess, for lack of a better term, the first two were flops. So the first one had to be rescheduled. That was right around the time that we got all the snow. So we rescheduled the event, and then the opponent had to forfeit on that match. And last week, our opponent forfeited. So we did not get to play last week. So here we are in week number 3 of preseason, awaiting the start of our third preseason match. Next week, we'll kick off the official start of the season and our official run up to playoffs. I wonder if there's a way I can get music going, so at least we have some music playing for you while we are awaiting things to get started. Let me get over here to audio. There we go. So while we wait for HeatWave from Bentonville High School, Bentonville West High School, to get joined in here, please enjoy the music. everybody. It looks like we're starting to get some of Bentonville West here into the match itself, so hopefully we'll get started here in just a few minutes. Please bear with us for just a little bit longer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're getting things kicked off. We're going to go over here to full screen mode so we can watch it go down. Here we go. Little Rock Parkview versus Bentonville High School. Bentonville West High School. This is HeatWave. So here we have Sully back at the goal, trying to defend for Parkview. We got Evan pushing his way forward over into Bentonville's territory at the moment, trying to see if we can't capitalize that. It's up in the air. Drawn's up, but couldn't quite connect. There's Duran getting a nice little stop on the ball, getting a block on their opponent. Evan pushing the ball forward, down into Bentonville territory. Oh, got a block from Bentonville. Duran's up in the air. Tried to make a connection, but couldn't quite get there. So once again, want to appreciate everybody out here joining us this afternoon in the midst of parent-teacher conferences for what would be and is labeled as our third preseason match for the 2022 spring season. First match was, oh, that's so close. Can we get it? There we go. Evan with the score. Sully with a nice setup. Got it past one of the defenders for Bentonville, and Evans in there to make that play. Putting Parkview on the board. 1-0. Oh, nice. Somebody's in the dingo car on the opposing team. It's good to see. Had a nice little 50-50 there in the middle of the field on kickoff, getting the ball stopped, not really doing much with it, but Bentonville was able to push it forward. Sully's up in the air, trying to get some back of the wall play. Couldn't quite connect there to redirect it into the goal. Here we go. Pan on Bentonville West's team is playing in the dingo car. It's one of the newer cars that was introduced last season here in Rocket League. Has an octane hitbox. It's a very fun car to play, very boxy, but fits the... Both Evan and Jerron fighting over that one. It's a very good representation, though, the dingo, of the octane hitbox. Lots of fun to play. Parkview's up, 2-0. Over Bentonville West's HeatWave. Got to kick off. Jerron's on the prowl. Up in the air. Seeing if he can't get some aerial shenanigans going. Tried to pull something off. Looked like he may have been going for a flip reset, but couldn't quite make it. Evan with a nice little block and redirect into goal. Parkview up 3-0. In case this is your first time joining us, we do appreciate you stopping by this afternoon to see what this is all about. Rocket League matches played on Thursdays at 4. It is the Play versus League, and it is the first to 3 wins. So we play a 5-match set, and of those 5 matches, whoever gets 3 wins first is declared the winner of the game or the match overall. Now these are preseason matches, so they don't really affect our overall standing. It's just mostly an organized scrimmage just to kind of get the players on both sides of the field accustomed to the gameplay and getting matches set up. I know Parkview's been chomping at the bit. We had our first match that had to get rescheduled because of the inclement weather. that we had, and we rescheduled and then still didn't get to play the match. Last week, opposing team forfeited, so we didn't get to play that match, which is why this one is officially our third match for preseason play. And I know it doesn't necessarily count toward our rankings, but that's 2 extra weeks where we haven't really had much chance of actually playing in a game, scrimmaging, other than just playing casuals and comps. So it's good to actually play some Arkansas teams. The guys always enjoy this. It's a lot of fun. Looks like Sully's on the prowl. But it looks like he may be defending for the other team. Looks like some rotations may be a tad bit off. Drawn's up in the air, got a nice little pop off the wall, but it was defended by Bentonville West. And now they're up on our side, but a nice aerial save there from Evan. Demolition there from Bentonville West. Send the ball flying over into Parkview territory. Drawn trying to get it clear, but was stopped by Bentonville, but did manage to get it out off of our side briefly. Here it is in midfield, still trying to push it forward. Almost a goal there from Evan. We got 10 seconds left in game number 1. Parkview versus Bentonville West. And looks like Bentonville's going to get on the board. With 2 seconds left here in the match. 2 seconds left to go. Game number 1. Little Rock Parkview with the win. GG boys. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with game number 2 of Little Rock Parkview versus HeatWave from Bentonville High School in Rocket League. Parkview took game number 1 in a score of 3-1 over Bentonville. Looks like Bentonville had a chance to capitalize there a moment ago. Evans up trying to do some fancy shenanigans in the air. Sully's still trying to make something happen there. Nice little backflip to keep it popped up. Evans up on the ball. Gets a push out. Looks like there was a bit of a block there from Bentonville. Back down into Parkview territory. Bentonville's on the board first in game number 2. Sully trying to go up the wall, get a defense on that, but couldn't quite connect. Kickoff there was cheated. Let Bentonville have that one so we could get the pushback out into their territory. But here we are fighting on Parkview's turf. Parkview is in blue. Drawn fighting for everything he can. But the ball's back down into Parkview territory. Evans up on the wall. Can't quite make anything happen there. It is going to go up to the other side, pushing the ball up in the air. Bentonville's out of the goal. Or at least rotated out. pushing the ball back down into Parkview territory. Sully getting a push out, getting it clear. Bentonville missed there. Drawn going to try to capitalize on it. Can he get it down into the goal? Going to try to do some flicks there, but couldn't quite make it happen. Bentonville expected it. Sully up in the air with a little pop. Picking up boost. We've got 2 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in game number 2. Bentonville is up over Parkview 1-0. Evan pushing it forward, and there goes Sully coming screaming in out of nowhere to put the ball in the back of the net, tying up the game at 1-1. We have a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen, between Parkview and Bentonville West. Evan already up in the air, doing some shenanigans on kickoff. Look at him go. What a shot. We're going to have to clip that one. 2-0 in favor of Parkview. 2.5 minutes left to go in game number 2. Remember, we are playing a 5-game set, so it will be the first 3 wins here. Bentonville has shown that they can score. And let's face it, in Rocket League, until you get down to about the last 5 seconds, and even in that case, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a win. The game, or the match itself, isn't officially over until the ball touches the ground after the end of the regulation time. So we can't have overtime by having a tie game or a tie score at the end of 5 minutes. But at the end of that 5-minute regulation time, if the ball is still in the air, then gameplay can resume. So as long as the ball never touches the ground, theoretically the game could go on forever. And it does lead to some pretty hilarious moments overall when all 6 cars are trying to keep the ball up in the air just to keep the gameplay going. Here we are, minute 17 left in game number 2. Parkview is up 2-1 over Bentonville West, the HeatWave of Bentonville West. Bentonville now on the prowl, pushing it back down into Parkview territory. Around the wall, got a nice little jump over. Drawn out, pushing the ball back into Bentonville territory. They're out, got a nice block. Ball's up on the wall, so is Sharon. Here comes Sully. Pushing the ball forwards, round side. Bentonville gets a block. Drawn up. Evan up. Off the back wall, up in the air. Evan's up in the air, but it looks like he may be out of boost or at least low. Sully there to make the save. Bentonville got a nice quick push back down into Parkview territory, but so there we go. Evan's back at goal. Pushing ball forward. Just joining us this afternoon, we do appreciate you showing up. We have about 7 seconds left here in game number 2. All goes well here. Parkview should walk away with the victory in game number 2. 2-1 over Bentonville West. We will be right back. Be strong. Good afternoon, Parkview Nation. Those of you just joining us this afternoon, we do appreciate you stopping on by and checking out our Rocket League matches here that we've got going on through our esports program here at Parkview Magnet High School. We are in game number 3 this afternoon. This is our 3rd preseason match. Again, do keep in mind that preseason matches, while we do like to see a win, overall, they don't really count toward the overall rankings. They just kind of give us a feel for our opponents. One of the beautiful things about the sport itself is watching it grow. This is our second year or our fourth season to be involved with Play Versus. Actually playing Rocket League. Bentonville once again first on the board with the score. Parkview seems to be losing their footing on their rotations, leaving the goal wide open. We have been steadily watching the sport grow more and more, and there's more games that have been offered through Play Versus. Excited to see it go down. Glad to be a part of it. It's a lot of fun. And we do hope that you support your esports teams, no matter what school you belong to. So again, do keep in mind we play 5 matches here, and it is the first 3 wins. Now Bentonville drew first blood on the last match, and they got us here again on this match. Second match, we did manage to walk away with a victory. Outscored them 2-1. So far, we haven't managed to put a point on the board in game number 3. So if this scoreline holds, then that means that Bentonville West will have a victory, and we will push to a game number 4. If Parkview does manage to get on the board and win the match overall, then it would be over for this afternoon, because that would be our 3rd victory for the day. We got 2 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in game number 3. Evan screaming in there, trying to get it into the corner of the net. Couldn't quite make it happen. Bentonville was there to save. Sully's up in the air, popping it off the back wall. Is there anybody there? Here comes Evan. Couldn't quite get it into the net, though. Sully off the wall. Jerron coming in, popping it, trying to redirect it onto goal. But Sully is the one who actually manages to get in there and get the redirection that's needed to put Parkview on the board. It is a tie ball game, 1-1. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in game number 3. Got a jump ball there in the middle after it was popped up. Sully was the one that managed to capitalize on that. Had it up on the back wall. Evans up. Couldn't quite make anything happen there. And here comes Bentonville West, putting a screamer into the back of the Parkview net. What a shot that was. Jerron just didn't have much time to try to make a save on that one. Two minutes left to go. Game number 3. Bentonville West is up 2-1 over Parkview. Here we are, back down into Parkview territory. We do have Evan coming out to make a save. Jerron's on the prowl. Is he going to be able to make a connection? A little bit of one. Managed to get it popped out to the side. Sully pushing the ball out, trying to get upfield. Jerron out, popping the ball forward. But Bentonville's there to keep it back into Parkview territory. Here comes Evan, pushing the ball forward. Looks like he's gonna capitalize off that mistake on that miss from Bentonville, giving us yet another tie game here in game number 3. Minute 14 left to go. Tie game. Sully riding the wall. Getting it around a couple of defenders. Is he able to put it in? No. Neither was Duran. Leaving Evan all back at the goal by himself. Gets a save. Very good save. Another save from Duran. Trying to get it down into Bentonville territory. Seeing if we can't make something happen. Oh, there goes Evan, but it's blocked. Sent back down into Parkview territory. Bentonville's up on the side, but we get it pushed back out. Get it clear on it. Drawn up. Pushing it further down into Bentonville's territory. Going to try to ride the wall around, but couldn't quite make it happen. It was blocked. Here comes Sully. Got a nice block there. Keep it from moving too far forward. 6 seconds left. Looks like we're going to wind up with some overtime. Remember, it's not over until the ball actually touches the ground. Right there. So here we go into overtime, game number 3. We have a tie ball game. Overtime works a little bit differently than regulation time does. At this point, the timer just counts and keeps on going until somebody scores a goal. Whoever scores first is declared the winner of the game or winner of the match. From past experience, what I've seen is that overtime either goes in, there you go. It either ends very quickly or it takes a very, very long time for somebody to actually score. So Parkview manages to get that score. Sully coming in there, putting it in the upper left corner of the net, giving Parkview the lead, declaring us the winner. So that is the first to 3. So that gives us first to 3, which makes Parkview the winner for this afternoon's matches. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, preseason match number 3. Finally got to actually play this afternoon. It was nice to be able to actually get that done. Parkview managed to get the win. First 3 matches out of the set of 5. So, like I mentioned earlier, the preseason matches give us a nice feel for the opponents that we're going to be playing as the season progresses. We do hope that you join us next week for our first regular season match right here on Twitch next Thursday at 4 o'clock. And we will see you then. Until then, stay safe out there.